Now call upon the representative of the First Peoples of Australia Caucus.
Thank you, Madam Chair. My name is Terry Reid. I'm a Wuthathi Miriam and Gamilaroi woman speaking on behalf of the First Peoples of Australia Caucus and the Wiani Thungani Institute for First Nations Gender Justice. I bring the voices of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander women, girls and gender diverse peoples who are doing vital care work that remains invisible and unpaid. Our research shows that they spend an average of 9.6 hours a day on activities like childcare, domestic work, aged and disability care, and voluntary community work, double the national average. These women are always on call, multitasking, and rarely get the 3.3 hours of daily free time others enjoy, yet many are still labelled unemployed. If this work were compensated under Australian labour laws, it would equate to 81,000 to 118,000 per year, a staggering contribution that goes unrecognised. Despite this, Australia has not implemented UNDRIP in law or practice, nor audited policies for compliance. The Closing the Gap strategy has been cited as a response to UNDRIP, but key recommendations like a national program and embedding UNDRIP in the Human Rights Act remain unmet. Access to global decision-making is deeply inequitable. If you are a carer, how do you get here? The system does not support women to leave communities when they are the ones holding it together. As many of our women have said, we are the social fabric. We are the backbone everyone depends on. My grandmothers had no voice. I'm determined my daughters will. Systemic failure not only undervalues care work, but disrupts our communities. When children are removed due to inadequate support, they lose their culture, language, and connection to country. This disconnection perpetuates harm. These children are our past, present, and future, and their care must remain within culture and community. We recommend to the Forum that 1, care work be recognised and remunerated under Australian labour laws. 2, that Indigenous-led gender justice initiatives be funded and supported. 3, that the Permanent Forum review its structure and ensure equal participation of Indigenous people and be properly resourced to do so. Protecting our children and our country begins with recognising that to finance Indigenous people's work is to finance Indigenous women's care. Thank you.
I thank the representative from the First Peoples of Australia Caucus. I now call upon the representative of Australia.
Thank you, Chair. Australia has pursued opportunities to enhance the participation of Indigenous peoples in multilateral and regional systems and acknowledges the importance of financing and reducing barriers. We know the importance of participation. I've seen this firsthand last year at the conclusion of the WPLO Treaty on Intellectual Property, Genetic Resources and Associated Traditional Knowledge. The result was the culmination of more than 20 years of engagement from Indigenous peoples around the world. The impact of this achievement to strengthen economic empowerment for Indigenous peoples around the globe cannot be understated. I wish to highlight some of the significant milestones that Australia and our partners have achieved to reduce barriers to participation and enhance financing. First, Australia was proud to support the expansion of the United Nations Voluntary Fund to enhance the participation of Indigenous peoples in World Heritage to ensure that the identification, recognition and protection of their cultural heritage. Integrating traditional knowledge into the recognition, management and protection of heritage properties is vital. That is why Australia increased its contribution to the Voluntary Fund and encouraged others to further strengthen their support. Second, Australia has also supported the inclusion of Indigenous Australians in the key international climate fora, including the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. Australia's First Peoples and Indigenous peoples around the globe possesses generations of knowledge, story and skill. Their voice are critical as we face modern day challenges such as climate change. And lastly, Australia launched a First Nations International Fellowship and Partnership Grants Program, which aims to elevate traditional knowledge holders' perspectives, promote Indigenous rights, and build partnerships across the Indo-Pacific through direct financing. Some of these impressive fellows are attending this year's UN Permanent Forum on Indigenous Issues and will share their expertise on a broad range of thematic topics and will bring their learnings back to communities. Thank you.
I thank the representative of Australia, and I now call